Day, good afternoon. Know what your initial question is? Who is this guy and why is his shirt too small? uh, so first and foremost, I'm CEO founder of Legacy Africa. Legacy Africa does a couple of things that you'd be interested in, but for you guys as students, we provide you the opportunity on a freelance basis. So, for example, if you venture into entrepreneurship, you have something going for yourself and it has a little bit of momentum, you'd like to do that for our clients as well on a part-time basis, you do have the opportunity to do that. Obviously, it would be trading whatever skill that you venture in. For example, if you're a marketer, if you're into sales, if you're into whatever the case may be, and you'd like the opportunity to connect, number one, with other students. So there are already people on our platform that are from NMU, that are from CTU, that are from the other campuses around. So you can maybe meet your next co-founder there. You can meet your next team member if your venture already exists. And today I just jotted down a couple of things while I was sitting at the back that I thought would perhaps interest you. We talked about investing today. So I thought it would be very, very good to add that the number one thing to invest in is yourself, because that is going to be your wealth generation vehicle that you have all throughout your life, right? Because if you think about buying into a stock, if you think about buying into buying shares in a company, whatever the case is, you're basically buying into someone else's vision, and the success of and performance of whatever you put in will depend on that person and how they do. Versus if you equip yourself and you invest in skills, relationships, opportunities, that is actually going to increase your income potential over time. So we talk about right now saving, right? You guys talked about how difficult saving is, and then it's not the easiest thing to do right now. As because the main problem you have is an earning problem, not necessarily a saving problem, right? Hence, again, I talk about doubling down on the skills, the relationships, the opportunities. And for me, a principle that I have stuck to that has carried me all throughout is when you don't know what you want to do, which I'm sure some of you find yourselves in that situation. When you don't know what you do, build capacity. So this may be in the simplest terms, like, I don't know what I want to do tomorrow. I don't know what I want to get into. You can sleep early. Okay, I don't know what business venture, for an example, that you want to get into. It's like, well, I can begin to do some research on that. I can begin to get around the right people. I can begin to form the right relationships. Again, you're increasing your capacity to form a business when you one day have it. I'll make a small example with myself, and the reason why I have this mic on, thank God it's on. The reason why I have this mic on is because I do my social medias as well. There isn't necessarily something that I'm interested in distributing through that channel right now, but across all platforms, if you add all the views up, by the end of the year, I should have done about 1 million views, which is across obviously your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, whatever the case. Again, no plans to distribute anything to that audience, but creating that audience to begin with is, again, I've built my capacity, I've increased my earning potential. Does that make sense? Okay. And so, yeah, again, more about us, Legacy Africa. We reduce chaos when companies are scaling. And so our client is typically someone that either is a solopreneur. So it goes from solopreneurship all the way up to SMEs. Um, for a solopreneur, they're usually going to be someone who has started to gain some traction, gain some motion in their business. And because they lack structure, because they lack systems, processes, and sometimes people, they've hit a bottleneck within their business. So ours is to get in there, we identify what that bottleneck is, and then we place those systems, processes, and people wherever necessary. Um, Going up to the different scales. So you may find that it's a solopreneur, we have something for them. There's the small business owner who maybe has a head count of up to 5 people, but they have no real larger processes that help them produce consistent results, right? So they maybe have one great month, they have another terrible month. They're trying to increase their consistency and the rhythm and cadence of that. So we help them with the systems, processes, people to get that done. And then you have your whales, the big guys, who would be looking more so to get a department head. The reason why the engagements of that are much larger is because the needs from a system basis, from an admin basis, from us in terms of head hunting, all that stuff gets more and more extensive. So that's just a little bit about what we do. Again, as a student, the opportunity would be for you to not only put yourself up and be able to, if you do decide to venture and go into something, get yourself put on our website, which will give you the opportunity. Okay, I didn't write this down, but there are two things, two sides. One side is the legacy link, which is, you guys know what Linktree is, right? Linktree, heard of it? No. Okay. So on Linktree, you get a page where you can like put up all your different links, and then you have one link instead of a bunch of different ones. So we have something that functions quite similarly to that. But what we did is we combined that with an element that's closer to LinkedIn, where all the different people's legacy trees, wink, uh, all the different people's legacy trees are displayed on that. And based off what they said their skill was, you can search them based off that. So if you're looking for someone that is in marketing, for example, for that service, right, and you can't afford us yet, but you still would like to have that done for you, you can just search on their marketing, and all the people who do marketing will pop up. You can search whatever design, graphics, and then all the people will pop up. So there is the option there to be able to connect with people, have services rendered for you, yourself build something yourself. I think that would be a fantastic option, because again, we talk about increasing that earning potential, right? Yeah. So if you guys are in any way, shape, or form interested in that, I'm probably going to be at the back with a QR code you can scan, and it's going to be a form. Takes about 2-3 minutes to fill up, just so that we can capture information, know what you're into, and point you the right direction. All right. Any questions? No. What are you into? Are you more into the investments side of things?
Yeah, I'm very new to everything, so just being here is just kind of
Right.
pointing me in a way to research this on my own.
I see.
So I'm like open-minded. I don't have specific questions yet,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Great first step. Yourself?
Um, this is also very new to me. I'm
Uh-huh.
not very used to hearing all these technical terms and
Okay.
stuff, so I'm probably also gonna.
Yeah, as I apologize for that. I tend to forget to speak English sometimes.
It's alright. It's alright. Place your knowledge on us. I did like what you said about the potential.
Mhm,
Even though you're not making money right now, you have the ability
mhm.
when the time arises or the opportunity to come to
You just
be in that
snap a
position.
finger, audience is there, people are there, and you kind of liquidate that, right? Brother?
I'm actually into
Mm-hmm.
not now.
Okay. Ladies at the back, what are you guys doing? What are you guys interested in? What are you into? Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Same for you, right? Brother there at the back?
Still very interested as well. Getting ideas going. I always had like the idea of business one day.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, because you need that extra year, right? Just to give yourself runway. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's good. It's good.
Finding out those terms, finding out how it all works.
Uh huh.
But in time, I will kind of need to figure out how the technical side of it all works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still just learning it all.
Okay. A cool thing about what you said there, you talked about sometimes figuring out how different things work. A cool thing about what we have going on there is what we often find, especially with clients, is that people will run into the trouble of they want to do everything themselves. They want to learn everything themselves, right? So, for example, I do have a CTO, I have salespeople, I have videographer and photographers that obviously aren't here today. But so yeah, they deserve a talking to. But they're there so that you don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to learn everything yourself, right? You can find what it is that you want to get settled into. You can focus on that, develop deep knowledge on that, and then have other people do what they're good at. And then you'll find that as a whole, um, the entire organization will be better than the sum of its parts, like very often. Ladies in the front, what do you guys do? What are you guys studying, by the way? Can I just get the temperature of that?
Software engineering.
Software, software, cyber. Okay. And that goes for you. Except for him, what do you do? Media communications. Okay, now very interesting. But so for me, it would be like developing down that skill. If you have chosen that as a possible career path, um, the deeper you go into that, the better you get at that. Again, we talk about increasing the earning potential, right? And so I'll end on this because we're running out of time. The way to get elevated among peers is to be the most valuable person in the room. And so being the most valuable person in the room doesn't mean that you are necessarily the most brilliant, the smartest, you run the fastest, whatever. What it means is that you're very useful to the people around you. And the more useful you can make yourself to the people around you, the more useful you can make yourself to people you run into, to associates, even to strangers, the more valuable you will be. And the marketplace, so to speak, the world, money will have a tendency to flow towards you, attention will have a tendency to flow towards you. And again, because you're the type of person who helps other people, you will also tend to distribute it, and help other people's lives in that way. But in any case, like I said, I'm going to be at the back